Welcome to On the Clock, presented by Workiva, the show where you learn everything you need to know in 3 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mike Gravagno, and today I'm joined by Steve Soter, former practitioner and industry expert. Today we're asking Steve, what's the deal with the rapidly evolving regulatory environment? Start the clock. Steve, what's the deal with the rapidly evolving regulatory environment?
Well, it has been rapidly evolving. We have seen it not just in the US, we've seen it globally, and it's kind of swung from, I'd say, a little heavier-handed regulatory environment to something that's, I'd say, maybe loose might be strong, but has certainly less tight, I would say. And the challenge is, Mike, this isn't just an issue about disclosures and compliance. It actually impacts the way that companies execute their strategy and the way they plan going forward. So certainly there's a lot to unpack there.
And have we seen phases like this before? Is it kind of just a pendulum, or is this actually new?
So it is a pendulum for sure, but I think the intensity of it is the thing that is new. If you take the US, for example, and you look at the Securities and Exchange Commission, I'd say 3 to 4 years ago versus what it looks like today, there is absolutely a different emphasis. We're talking a lot more about materiality, a lot more about finely tuning disclosures for the audience as opposed to finely tuning disclosures just to meet a compliance exercise. But we're also seeing that globally as well with the CSRD in the EU. That's integrated reporting regulation. So definitely not new, but a lot more intense.
And is there, I know it's global, so it's probably complicated and a bunch of interwoven reasons, but is there one big push that this is happening?
No, not really. This is, I think, a separate group of regulatory bodies. And I think the thing, Mike, that companies need to be thinking about is less about trying to predict these changes and more about having underlying processes that help you prepare for them. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can tell the future. But what you can do is get your processes ready the next time this happens.
I was going to ask because we're talking global and every country is going to change hands every 4 to 6 to 8 years. And so there's the possibility it changes a lot. Is there any way for them to do long-term planning? But you're saying there is, and it's just like, what is your underlying scaffolding?
Yeah, exactly. And the way that you would do that is think about the conversations that you're having with your stakeholders. So if you're in financial reporting or sustainability reporting, how connected are you with investor relations? How connected are you with legal or internal controls? I mean, there's a long list of stakeholders within companies who all need to be on the same page. And again, it's really less about like, what is a regulation going to look like in the future? While that's important, it's probably more important to be thinking about what's our process today for quickly adapting to those changes when they happen.
In less than 30 seconds, top 3 things business leaders need to be thinking about right now.
Well, I think the first thing is, do I have access to the data that I need? Do I have the trust that I need in that data so I can rely on it for decisions? And then do I have the right people and stakeholders involved to be sure that my data and my processes are operating the way that they could? I don't know if that's a list of 3, but those are the things that I would be thinking about if I were in those seats today.
Steve, thank you. And that's what the deal is with the rapidly evolving regulatory environment.